All right, so I'm not sure where I left off with the other videos. Now it's kind of been a couple weeks in between. But yeah, so it's now time to get back on the Corvette. It's time to start working on the new hubs, the new Delrin Bushings, and then get everything prepped for the AMT lockout or camber lockout kits. Yeah, so a lot of the rinse, lather, and repeat from one of the earlier videos to do the front ball joints. So we're gonna get the wheel off, gotta get the front caliper, rotor off. After that, then we'll go ahead and disconnect the upper ball joint, get it able to hang out of the way. Then we'll go ahead and take the lower off, get the hub completely off, swap the new hub in, and then start taking the control arms off for the new bushings. Let's get to it. right, so we've got these 3 T55s on. If you're wanting to do just the hub, I think you could get the lower ball joint off and then just take the rest of these off on the car. That way you'd have enough way to pivot around to get these 3. However, they're tight, like 96 foot-pound, and I use some thread locker on them, so yeah. So your wheel speed sensor, if you got strong enough fingernails, you can go for it that way. Otherwise, just get a little flathead and then work this off the bracket. Once that's off, your spindle, knuckle, whatever it's actually called, comes off, and you can just see the amount of dirt and debris that's been caked on. So we're gonna get that with a wire brush and some brake clean to get that cleaned up. Like, all this gunk is gonna come off. I'm not gonna make it a pristine thing, but I am gonna make it better. And then, as you can see, whoa, if I don't drop stuff, there is red Loctite on from the previous time someone did this. I don't know if that's factory or not. I don't really want red Loctite. If I have to put one of these on at the track, I'd rather it just be blue and double check things are tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take a die, and I'm just gonna chase all these threads on these 3 and then hit them with a wire brush after. All right, so our mounting plate for the wheel speed sensor, the ABS, that's gonna come through here. And that's not the right way. That's definitely not the right way. And that appears to be lined up. All right, so now we've got things in. It is 100% not necessary, I recognize that. However, it does help me keep things kind of in line. So I just go ahead and thread these in by hand about halfway, knowing that it does not matter right now because I'm still gonna have to go ahead and put Loctite and then run them down and torque them. But for me, it helps, it adds some value, so that's what I do. And everything's at least lined up. Get some blue Loctite on, and we'll let it start to work around threads. I do have to say that it is a bit difficult trying to remember which hand is in front of the camera, which hand should be in front of the camera, whatever else. See, I got it messed up again, block the car. Alright, we'll go ahead and close up the Loctite. Won't need that again, at least until tomorrow. Alright, bring on the heat, not torquing it, joining it in. I do have to say that it is a bit difficult trying to remember which hand is in front of the camera, which hand should be in front of the camera, whatever else. See, I got it messed up again, block the car. Alright, we'll go ahead and close up the Loctite. Won't need that again, at least until tomorrow. Alright, bring on the heat, not torquing it, joining it in. Alright, bring on the heat, not torquing it, just running it in. All right, so upper control arm. So rear is gonna be on the right on this side, front's gonna be on the left. because again, this way is how it's gonna be on the car. So front, rear, and yeah, going to go ahead and get these out. Many people use a press, some people don't. I'm using the good old Borg Motorsports method. It's basically these dog bones I'm replacing anyways, so I don't care if I use the vise over there and just muscle things. Okay, so now we got everything cleaned up. No burrs on any spots. So now it's time to go ahead and start to throw in our TrackSpec C5, C6, Delrin Teflon impregnated, bushings. So one thing to keep in mind, so we do actually have instructions, as basic as they are. But the piece that I want to make sure everyone is aware of is that and that. So number one, they are started in from the outside. On the first one that I did, trying to figure things out off camera, I put it in backwards and spent about an hour and a half trying to MacGyver stuff together before I went and got a set of, or piece of all thread to remove that piece that I put in incorrectly. So, yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're gonna come from the outside in. Our dog bone's gonna go forward. And then we've got this collar, it's gonna go down, and then we have a snap ring that's going to sit on top to keep it all in place. So that being said, I'm gonna use the vise to press these in. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Next one, and then go to the outside again. Almost. One more. Go. And turn the lights in. I'm making sure that's not going in crooked, it's actually going in straight. Being that it is aluminum and Teflon, you probably feel if it was going in improperly, but it takes no effort to actually move it properly. Alright, just clean off the spacers tad. Grab snapping pliers. And it is probably going to be very, very hard to see. If it's on this, maybe. So on this side it says out, and then over here, front of control. Grab snap ring pliers. And it is probably going to be very, very hard to see. I'm trying to focus on this, maybe. So on this side, it says out, and then over here, front upper control arm. So the outside is on the outside. It's pretty straightforward, being that you already have the collar of that bushing here. So this is just gonna go in from the outside. I'm just gonna help it go in a bit. So now that that's in, slide our collar on. And then, ever so carefully, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this with the best angle, but take your snap ring pliers and go ahead and get them set into the groove. And you'll obviously know you'll have it in groove when you get it there. Pretty straightforward. But yeah, so the goal is to drill out this washer from the inside of the bushing. So the only one that actually got drilled all the way is one of them out of the 4 here. The goal is to be able to get this washer, this washer, this washer, and this washer all drilled out. So effectively the washer just has a step on it that helps connect in. And as soon as you're able to break that, either drill it completely, or what I ended up doing was I ended up putting it in the vise on that washer after I got through some of the material, and just fatigued the metal until it broke. Fresh bit. All right, so now we've got the front lower control arm cleaned out, ready for the new bushings. So we're gonna go ahead and follow our handy dandy instructions. It's very obvious there's a small and a large, but there is also an inner and an outer piece. So match up inner with the inner side of the small one, outer with the other small one, and then go ahead and get your piece going through it. All right. All right, so we've got control arms back assembled, and now it's time to go ahead and throw them back. All right, so we've got the control arms back assembled, and now it's time to go ahead and throw them back on the car. All right, so one thing that I've now added to the list, I knew I was gonna need to get new sway bar and links, and that is laughably bad. But I was hoping to do that later. It would have made sense to do it now since I have everything else off. But additionally, I thought my lowering bolts were fine. They're not fine. So at some point, I'm gonna have to replace those as well. All right, so starting the driver front, a bit late in the evening. I think it's 9:30 right now. But yeah, so we can go ahead and get to it. We'll start with lower control arm, getting that in place. Then we'll go to the spindle. Then we'll go to the upper control arm, and then tie rod, and then final torque everything to their associated specs. It's pretty straightforward reassembly. I would guess it's gonna take me 15 to 35 minutes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get after it. All right, so you can see why I generally wear a hat, because summer in North Carolina is a little bit warm and humid. Anyways, so the front end is completely done. Well, completely done. So I'll still need to do new front sway bar end links. I'll need to do new lowering bolts, and I still need to get the alignment close on the front. So right now bolts are kind of snug, but once I start getting in the car, I'll take a couple measurements and try to get it. Let's just go with ballpark close. Alignment shop's 4 miles away. And the tires that I have on the stock rims are already pretty shot. So I'm not too worried about ruining them, driving that 4 miles. Not great, but I'll get it probably within a quarter inch of each other. And yeah, then it'll be time to go ahead and put the new wheels on after the alignment. It is fairly dark in here, but I am a fan so far of this colorway and the Nankang CRS tires. So front is done. Move on to the rears for tomorrow. I doubt I'm gonna get the rears completely done tomorrow, just because of the way life has happened. But at least we'll get progress. Yeah, so again, let's go ahead and click into tomorrow.